Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna just be touching some ground on some thoughts. I'm also saying that this is a judgment-free zone. It's a safe space to kind of speak your mind. So here goes. And why not begin with myself? So I want to kind of touch base regarding, the spiritual community and what I've discovered and continue to discover along my path and my journey, ever evolving, is there's a lot of critique, there's a lot of criticism, there's a lot of how this journey should look, how you should be doing something that is more spiritual than the other. And really, spirituality is whatever it means to you, however far you are willing to go within yourself is what is meant for you. How far you're willing to open up, how far you are willing to dive deep and really reach the surfaces and get into those crevices of what you have been ignoring and dusting off, those cobwebs and really bringing to surface things that you have ignored since childhood, doing the work, doing the energetic work of self to integrate through, generations of ancestral karma, cycles, etc. And there is no right and wrong way. However, there are productive ways, there are helpful ways that continue to prove to be of service, of assistance throughout this journey. And that's why they're successful. That's why there are so many tarot readers. That's why there are so many yogis, so many psychics, what have you. And as you continue to free up that energy within yourself, you're really connecting to your higher self, your spirit guides, your archangels, your ancestors, and allowing your abilities, your natural abilities, psychic abilities, to really hone in and ground them. So there is no right and wrong way, I want to say, and it's not if you don't follow, if you're a tarot reader and you don't follow astrology, or if you're an astrologer and you don't practice meditation, or if you do meditation, you're a yogi but you don't know anything. Like, there's no right or wrong way. You could find yourself really being pulled and gravitated towards different things throughout this whole process, throughout this whole journey, and that's the fun of it. Really connecting with yourself and finding out what really works for you. I love tarot. I also love writing. I, also do appreciate cooking, as that was a past thing that I did. And it's just integrating and finding out what works and your purpose here. And it begins with you, as cheesy as that sounds, It really does, because you're the magnet. So whatever it is that you're attracting, it's the energetic pull. And that is what you're surrounding yourself with, and, your situation. So it's not a matter of it should look like this and it has to be like this. Find the things that work for you. I know it's easy and you hear it all the time, but I just want to kind of get on board and say it again and be a reminder. Find what works for you. And just because something works for someone else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you necessarily, right? Maybe just a piece of that puzzle is something that would be beneficial for you. But you got to find other pieces of the puzzle to make that whole for yourself. And that's where you get to be creative, spiritually creative, and evolve into your higher self and really push forward and break boundaries, It's a beautiful journey. And to have this society, this community, which is supposed to be, judgment free and uncritical, because we've all gone through some sort of rebirth. And to have people say, well, if, for example, I've experienced this myself. Oh, if you Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's the witching hour. What? Yeah, I understand the magic behind. But witches wake up at that hour and cast spells for a reason. Why is it the witching hour? Because it's a really powerful time when the veil is at its thinnest and you could connect with the spirit realms, with your highest, um, through meditation with your highest self. And that's why Buddhists go into meditations between 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning, right? Because it's when the veil is the thinnest, when most of the souls are asleep. And then, the other dimensions come out to play, so to speak. So there's really no right or wrong way of doing something. And to have this preconceived notion of how it should be. Oh, and if you wake up at that time, it's like a sin. No, there's no judgment in the spiritual community. When you're a spiritual being and you have gone through rebirths after rebirths, you come from a place of understanding, a place of compassion, a place of empathy, of love. And it's not a matter of right and wrong. It's a matter of when you get there, then there will be an understanding. So for me, I'm not that I'm judging these people, but I am pointing them out for those of you that will be watching this video to kind of really discern who you allow so much control, even in the spiritual community, to teach you and to show you what is right and what is wrong for you. Only you know that. Everyone that's trying to, make a difference only is doing so by their experience, through their ascension, through their awakening, through their journey. And there's all resonance. We resonate with some sort of spark within everyone's journey, everyone's path at one point or another. But essentially, it all derives, begins, and ends, and begins again with you. And I know you know this, but I wanted to point it out, and I wanted to speak my mind about it. And what better way than to speak your mind and be so open and free than to be on YouTube, right? But I think it's important for all of us to kind of take a step back and really discern who we allow to lead. And not to say that there are better leaders than others, because everyone serves their own purpose in their own way, on their journey, on their path, in their energetic frequency. Because there are like energetic frequency. They find their tribe within that frequency. So everyone serves a purpose, yes. But when it gets to political views, that's why I'm not a fan and an advocate for political beliefs and views, because it separates. And anything that separates is not coming from a spiritual place, is not unity. Spiritual beings, a spiritual evolution, journey is something that integrates, that unifies. So anything that separates is the opposite. And that's where shadow work comes in. That's where shadow work comes into play. And there's a fine line of the id, superego, and ego. Right? So I kind of wanted to put that out there. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you most joy. That sets your soul on fire. And this is what this page is going to evolve within time, if it's meant to. But right now, I am having fun bringing messages and helping support others on their spiritual journey in that given instinct when our frequencies align, match, are in sync, So, yeah, bear with me. I'm getting used to the whole talking to my phone and trying to connect. But it's been something that I've been observing. I've been on this journey without even knowing that I've been on this journey until I've come on YouTube a few years ago, and I didn't even know tarot readings was a thing. It was just something that I would like fiddle with and play with and was gravitated to, without even knowing the reason behind and why. So it's pretty cool as you unravel, as you heal, as you take accountability, as you accept, and most importantly, forgive. Forgive yourself for not knowing any better. Forgive others for only knowing what they know in that given situation, in that given moment at that time, right? And hang in there, especially now with everything that's going on. Stick to your religious, quote unquote, whatever religion it is all unified. It is all unified. It is all one. It is all stemmed from love to evolve to a greater source that is without, that we are made in the image of. However way you look at it, there's always a common thread in any religion through spirituality. Um, so yeah, to those watching, welcome to this channel. Expect more of these, I want to say food for thoughts. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but just keep doing you. Be authentic, persevere, keep moving forward, have the courage to speak your truth. And even if you got to kind of stand out of the crowd and not be supportive by your truth, you will eventually find the people that speak the same language, right? So keep pushing, keep moving forward. And I am wishing you a beautiful day wherever you are, whenever you are tuning into this video. I'm sending you an abundance of love, peace, and prosperity. Stay well.